So I know that CD rates are never going to beat inflation and they're never going to beat the stock market, but they are guaranteed. So if you have a little bit of extra money lying around that you just want to hold for a little bit of time with no risk, then I probably would look into a CD account, especially if you're saving up for a house or something like that. And I also want to make it clear that rates have been going up significantly over the last 6 months, so they're probably going to continue doing so, but there is no guarantee of that. So what I'm basically saying is you probably don't want to lock up your money for a 5-year term, because if rates do continue going up, then you're going to be locked in for a really long time. So I would stick with a term between about 1 and 3 years. That way, if rates do go up quite a bit, then you can always get into another rate and get a better CD term. Now, the first bank that has great CD rates happens to go to Marcus by Goldman Sachs, because they always seem to have some of the most competitive rates out there, and they're always offering different types of products in the CD world. And so that's why these guys are first on my list. Marcus does require a $500 minimum deposit to get started with any of their CD accounts, but honestly, that is not a big deal, because if you are investing in a CD account, you probably want to have more than $500 anyway, because otherwise you're really not going to be making much money. Now, Marcus is a really good option because they have standard CD rates, and I'll go over those right here with you guys. They have a lot of rates that range all the way up to 6 years, but their sweet spot seems to be the 1 and the 2 year mark. So the 1 year right now is at 2.4% APY, and then the 2 year is at 2.8%. And then also their 5 year, if you're curious, that one is at 3.25%. So these are extremely competitive, but like I said, their 1 to 2 year mark, those are usually the best rates and the most competitive from Marcus. And then they also have a new product called a rate bump CD, which is a 20-month CD starting at 2.5% APY. But the cool thing here is that you can actually bump up your rate once during that term. So if rates do go up, you can up it, and then you can get locked in that rate for the remainder of the term. So that is a really cool product, especially where it starts at 2.5%, and that already is really competitive. And Marcus also has no penalty CDs, which have lower rates. But if you decide to cancel within your term, then you're not going to lose any of that interest because they don't have any penalties. So overall, if you're looking for extremely competitive CD rates and different CD options, then definitely check out Marcus because they offer both. Now, the next bank on my list goes to Capital One because these guys are huge. They have savings accounts, checking accounts, credit cards, and a ton of people already bank with them. But the cool thing is that their CD rates are also extremely competitive. So if you do set one up, you're going to get an excellent rate. And if you already bank with them, then you can just do everything in one place, which is very, very convenient. Capital One doesn't require a minimum balance, so you don't even have to worry about that with them. And then a really cool feature that they offer is that you can get paid out your interest early. You can choose to be paid out monthly, yearly, or at the end of the term, just like other CD accounts are. Now, keep in mind that if you do take out the interest early, you are going to be losing a little bit of compound interest, but it is nice to know that they offer that flexibility so that you can actually get some of that money from your CD account without waiting till the end of the term, like all of the other accounts out there. Their rates are actually exactly the same as Marcus right now, with the 1 year being at 2.4% APY, the 2 year being at 2.8%, and then the 5 year being at 3.25%. So like I said, Capital One is extremely competitive. These rates right now are exactly the same as Marcus, but if you already bank with them, then that could be extremely convenient to have everything in just one place. And if you ever want to do your own research on some of the most competitive CD rates out there, then I would recommend checking out bankrate.com. I've got an affiliate link for them in the description below. So check them out if you have an interest, because basically you can just sift through all the different banks and rates that you're interested in, and then you can make your own choice as to what's going to be best for your money. Now, if you're wondering what the highest rate is right now for a CD account, then this would have to go to CFG Bank, because their rates are the highest that I could find online with no funny rules or anything like that. So basically, you can just follow it like a normal CD account, and they don't have any promotional rates or anything like that to make it feel like it's the highest rate out there, even though it wouldn't be. I'm personally not very familiar with them, so I don't know how good their customer service is or what kind of a reputation they have. But everything is FDIC insured, and they are just a normal bank, just like everyone else. But if you are strictly looking for the best rates out there, definitely look into CFG. They've got a 1-year term that's currently at 3.05% APY. And then they've also got a 3-year term at 3.55%. And then finally, the highest rate that I found out there is 3.65% on a 5-year term. But obviously 3.65 versus 3.55, that's not really that big of a difference considering you're adding 2 more years to the term. So I probably wouldn't do that, but it is the highest rate that I found out there. So overall, if you're looking for some of the most competitive CD rates out there, then I would definitely check out Marcus, Capital One, and if you just want the highest rate that you can find online, CFG Bank usually is up there as one of the highest rates in the entire market.